Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
And I'm Johnny 5.
And why are you Johnny 5 tonight?
Because there are 5 letters in the word jolly, which I can be now that it is officially December.
And we have an awesome set that was provided to us by Roger Rabbit and Oscar the Grouch.
Yep.
And what'd you expect? What did you think I was going to say? So it's raining.
What?
It's raining.
Yes.
It's been raining all day. California, that's a really odd thing for us.
We haven't had rain in, like, what, 6 years?
I don't know. It might have been decades.
Oh, okay. So, like 10 then.
So one of the great things about rain in California is it means that they cancel an entire parade and they give you 2 cars and a bus full of characters.
Yep.
And it's awesome. It's one of my favorite things you ever see. It's called Mickey's Rainy Day Cavalcade. We filmed it on Sunday when it wasn't supposed to rain, and it did. So they canceled the first parade and we got this. And then the other people got stuck watching A Christmas Fantasy. I don't know why you would wait for that.
Yeah.
45 minutes of parade that you can condense into 45 seconds. It's true. And depending on who drives, like, it can maybe be 4.5 seconds. It can cruise. It's true. I've seen the parade go that fast once.
I saw Light Magic go by that fast once.
I never saw it. I still haven't looked it up on YouTube. I'm kind of, I don't know.
You're not missing much. But basically what happened was it could only go one direction, and they couldn't put it the other way.
I hate when it's stuck in
like,
second gear.
Yeah. Is that a Friends reference out of nowhere?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Wow. But
It might be.
They had to put it back, and they just shot it out of the park at high speed.
It's like when they film the Christmas parade and they don't really have a parade, so they just shoot it up afterwards. Yeah, it's great.
Secrets.
It's Christmas Day. It's the end of Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Something like that. So I'm going to do... Right, not at all. Why would they do that?
From now.
So it is now December 2nd?
Yeah.
It is December 2nd, which means you have 8 days if you want to get a design or Amanda Jane design. I have my really cool keychain, which you cannot have, but you can order other things on her Etsy shop, which we talked about 2 weeks ago, or you can go to buyamandajane.etsy.com, and there's your shout out, Amanda. We hope we make you even more busy.
Buy like purchase, not buy like from, right? Like B-Y, Amanda Jane?
Yeah, it's B-Y.
B-Y.
Like, because she made it.
Yeah.
So it's by Amanda Jane.
Got it.
Yeah. And then she's got an Instagram and all that fun stuff too, and a Facebook. She doesn't have a Twitter yet. She needs to get on that. Come on, Amanda. We're waiting for you.
We should print little square pictures onto the s'mores, and they'd be Instagram crackers.
So it's raining. Do we have any fun comments over there that make up for that one?
They're all talking about rain.
They're talking about the rain. So Rainy Day Cavalcade, we do have it up on the DAPs YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Mr. Daps. And we are going to throw something into the show right now that's our favorite rainy day tips, because I actually think Disneyland is a lot more fun in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
Do you agree? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
First thing I would say is go to the market house and get something warm to drink. I prefer coffee, but other people don't. And then I would say go find a place to take a picture of your cup of coffee or whatever with a Disney icon, and then tag me on it on Instagram, because we love to do that on Sundays, and it's become kind of a thing. And it'd be great if we got tons of people doing that all around the world.
Any cup of coffee can be tagged as Mr. Daps.
Sure. People do it.
You and Mr. Daps.
Agent Pink does it. Ladiva Jenny does it. Just keep going. They're great people. You're great people. It'll be fun. What places do you like to go when it rains?
Man, when it rains is a great time to go on anything that's usually crowded. Like I go on water rides when it rains, really.
I was amazed at how many people on Sunday were going on water rides.
Yeah.
Like, I've had friends like you that do that, and a brother and a sister, but I haven't known other people that all want to do the same thing. And it was like they were all congregating at Coke Corner, and then like, hey, we're going on Splash Mountain. Hey, we went on Splash Mountain. Like, good for you. I'm staying right here.
Yeah.
Coke Corner is where I like to go.
Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin is a good one, because that's a huge line that's all indoors. And even if you have to wait for the right, like, it's all engaging. So you can be indoors, enjoy a good, like, that's a good attraction.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
And I really like doing the steam train in the Mark Twain on rainy days, because you get to see the rain and experience the rain, but you're not necessarily getting, like, you're not in it all the time. Yeah. But in that case, you're out of luck anyway.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. That movie was great.
in Walt Disney World. Yeah, we were drenched.
The bucket was filling. It was great.
It was
tip
fantastic.
For rainy days that I've been learning recently, just in general, is get shoes with good traction. I have a pair of slip-proof shoes, and then these are like slip-enhancing shoes and make you slip more. Don't wear those on rainy days.
As much as Chucks are the official shoe of Geeks Corner, they're not necessarily your best bet for. And
also, they get soaked. If your socks get wet, leave. You're not going to recover from that.
It's all downhill from there.
It squishes every time you walk. Just no.
Any of the shows are good on rainy days. Intervention's fantastic on rainy days.
I loved Millionaire during the rain because there weren't enough people to fill the fast fingerboard. Man, there was like 8 people out of the 10 slots.
And if you really want a real adventure, go on California Screaming on a rainy day. You will have a new appreciation for life.
Man, that's awful.
It's hilarious. If you have glasses, I feel like this is one of the few times in life where we have an advantage in life.
I take those off anyways.
You shouldn't for that
I
one.
lose them on the loop.
Oh, you don't have good fitting glasses. I can wear these.
Librarian thing and like
I can wear my Geeks Corner glasses, but not my other ones.
He has a special pair of glasses for the show.
That Oscar makes sure I'm not wearing the other ones.
Hashtag behind the scenes. Tyler wants to say something.
Yes, Tyler, what do you have to add? I am wearing the right glasses.
Yell at him when he's not.
Yeah, she does. She puts up Christmas lights and she yells. She's Oscar the Grouch.
And she paints chalkboard, blackboard.
And she does. She paints. You can't see it over there, but
dog.
Also TARDIS.
And TARDIS.
Hashtag also
TARDIS. That was a multi-pronged.
Because you'll be in my heart. There, I did it.
Yes.
We have some comments on
comments. Let's hear some comments.
So,
Can you do the thing?
That's him.
Oh, that was you.
I
forgot.
do
The comments. You have to yell it.
Comments.
There you go. Louder.
Comments.
Okay, go ahead.
So we have some comments on the.
We have some comments.
Ride in the
We have
rain.
established.
All right, get to the comments.
So Amanda says Dumbo in the rain.
Dumbo in the rain. Is this Amanda Alva?
Ooh.
Yes.
All right.
Mikey really likes. He agrees with People Mover in the Rain.
People Mover in the Rain is fantastic.
Caitlin Fonda says.
Hey, Caitlin Fonda.
While it rains.
Mm?
Jason Awesome says Splash Mountain on a rainy day.
That is an awesome idea.
Danny Ortiz says I would do Tower of Terror.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ortiz idea.
Jason also says he loves California in the rain.
Good call.
Catherine agrees with Caitlin about animation building.
Animation building is a good
Talking
place.
About how screaming hurts.
Screaming does hurt.
It's all a matter of if you're trying to avoid the rain or embrace the rain.
And either is okay because it can be a lot of fun. It also creates an excellent opportunity to get great place for shows.
Yes.
Whether it's Phantasmic, World of Color, the fireworks, or the Rainy Day Cavalcade, you can usually get a really good place to watch. Now, if the show actually happens, that sometimes makes a difference. But
don't catch a cold for no reason. Catch a cold for a good reason.
Yeah, make sure you get a good show. And Small World actually is good once you're inside. 17 minutes. 17 minutes of no rain.
The problem is when you get outside, you're stuck waiting to get off.
I know, it's hilarious. I love watching people. I just want to get people on the ride so I can watch them. It's so much
Just
fun.
hang out on the bridge, film.
Making the Magical Map's great on rainy days too.
Oh,
And it's actually really fun because you see the water on the outside and you're completely safe in there, even when the water is sideways. Yeah, wind. It's fantastic. Sunday night was the last Mad Tea Party. It was very interesting because
They needed a clean cup, so they moved on.
Yeah,
Iced tea party.
iced tea. It was the last night. The area was packed. We did record it and film it. The podcast is already up, so you can go listen to the entire last set if you'd like, and we'll have a video of it up shortly. But it was interesting watching it because it was very much reminiscent of a year before when we said goodbye to Billy Hill and the Hillbillies.
Yeah.
Other than different demographic.
Huh.
So there was a different emotion going on in the room. And so it was very, you kind of have that younger, more, I don't know if it's more passionate is a good word, but kind of a more, almost more connected in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was more tears, I felt like, and more raw emotion going on. Whereas the Billies, it was almost more of a celebration and we love you and we're going to miss you. Yeah. Does that make any sense to anybody?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. because that was my sense of the entire packed craziness of an area. That well, there was also alcohol there. That could have been part of the problem. Who knows? But it was a great set, and it was really fun to watch these performers that clearly have had their lives changed and watch the lives changed around them through the last 2.5 years through this mad tea party. And I thought they ended very strongly. And what's nice?
He said madness.
Oh, madness. Yes, it was madness.
Mad tea party.
Yes,
we're all a little mad around
it was very mad. And
was the slinky guy there?
No. Slinky guy that tagged me for copyright at a press event. Mm-hmm.
What? We don't like you anymore, Slinky.
We call you out, Slinky man.
I'm gonna ask the home viewers: is that the weirdest thing that has ever been said on Geeks Corner, or can you come up with a weirder thing? Like, I'm not gonna accept a yes or no. You have to say what beats it. You have to come up with a quote and preferably a link to a video. Because I know there's been weirder stuff, but you gotta
you know what's even weirder is right after I said it, I pictured Buzz Lightyear saying it.
Speaking of which, that aired tonight. Time Story, the toy.
And we totally forgot to watch it. No, we were getting ready for this, so
we'll watch it after Shield.
And it'll be great. Maybe we'll talk about it next week.
Last episode of the half season before.
I know. I don't know what I feel about this because I follow most of them actually on Twitter and Instagram. And have you seen some of the pictures?
I'm trying not to. I will unfocus and not look at the plot ones, but I'll look at like the backstage stuff.
Well, they've been backstage stuff, but sometimes that tells you a little bit about like little plot points. And so there's been a couple pictures of like locations and people on the show that that I've really been like, oh, so that's totally going to leave you hanging on that, and who's going to have that happen? And yes,
here's one that I saw.
Yes,
I don't know how to interpret this.
Okay,
is Clark Gregg posted a picture like backstage in the actor chairs of him and Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that means, but I want to know what that means. So if anyone knows, just please.
Maybe you'll know tonight.
That would be amazing.
Or maybe it's going to totally leave you hanging, and we're going to have to watch 13 episodes. Is it 13 episodes of Agent Carter?
Something like that.
And then we'll get to maybe not find out.
It could.
Is it 8?
I think it's 8.
Okay.
It could just be Clark Gregg on Castle. Like is as likely as
maybe they film on the same
like,
who knows.
I would watch both of those.
Right?
It'd be interesting.
Crossover. I want to see Rick Castle and Phil Coulson.
His first name is Agent.
I know, Agent Coulson. I missed the joke. Agent Castle and Phil Coulson.
There you go.
Edit.
I wonder why nobody ever says Agent Phil.
No, why would you say that?
How? It just feels very thing.
It sounds funny, Agent Phil.
Ugh.
It's last Agent.
I can see some like really crazy person.
Ty Burrell. Agent Phil.
I was actually thinking the more rebellious type, but sure, Ty Burrell. We want to see Ty Burrell in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That'd be hilarious.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the goofy dad on Modern Family.
And the detective in Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah, I don't watch that either. I live
You didn't see
under a
Muppets
rock.
Most Wanted? I thought you came over and watched it when we reviewed
He
it.
does,
No,
he does
I
the,
think I did something else.
Oh,
he does
I
the
see how
Florida
it is.
orange juice commercials where he's coming with the orange on the table. That guy.
I don't turn on my TV.
Anyway, we want Ty Burrell on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that would be awesome.
He made those little
Let's move on.
babies.
Can we move on?
He was on Muppets.
Please.
Let's leave Marvel completely and go to Star Wars. Star Wars took over the geek world, I would say, again, for the first time in a positive way in probably 24 years. Is that right? Yeah, it's been about 30 years since Return of the Jedi, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So anyway, they took over the geek world on Friday as they put their new trailer on the internet. It was, what did you think of it? I'm not going to give my...
I don't know yet. Like,
All right, you're fired.
well, there's a lot of cool stuff in there, but I think I just don't trust Hollywood anymore.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of.
Let's simplify it then. What do you think of the feel?
That's what I'm unsure about.
Oh, I like the feel.
Honestly,
It reminded me very much of a mix between A New Hope and Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
And those are the ones I liked. I mean, it could have felt a little Empire Strikes Back too, but it just wasn't dark enough.
Yeah.
And so it really did remind me of the fourth and sixth Star Wars. And I liked the feel of, it looked like Tatooine or whatever, but it it felt like what we're used to from the original trilogy and not what we're cringing from of the prequels. Sorry if you like the prequels.
The only people that I've met that truly say like, oh, I enjoyed watching the prequels, at some point in the conversation say, I was never really that into Star Wars, but
yeah, I mean they don't have the history legacy.
Yeah.
What did you think of the characters you saw?
I don't know who they are, what they do.
Neither do I, but
Yeah.
they didn't offend me, so I was happy.
Yeah. I didn't see any like really over the top alien things.
What did you think of the soccer ball droid?
That's what. Yeah.
That is the one place where I was kind of like, huh, how did that work?
I don't know if that's legitimately how that droid is built and how it operates, or if that's like right after it's been kicked, or like anytime you see a trailer, you don't know the context.
Why wouldn't you? It looks like a soccer ball.
Yeah. Droids get kicked. Yeah, it's even in the song. Kiss a Wookiee, kick the droid. Yeah. Droids get kicked. They're built
Turns out it's R2-D2's brother.
R2-D3.
From what I had heard was that was the original design for R2.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what. So we were talking about.
Was that from a Star Wars fan that was a fan 2 weeks longer than everybody else?
That's where I wrote that. We were talking about.
Yeah, I did hear that too. So let's go to that next thing in the trailer that everybody's talking about: the lightsaber and the lightsaber backlash.
Yeah.
We're actually united front on this.
Yeah.
We have nothing interesting to contribute.
Just go watch Stephen Colbert's video.
Go watch Stephen Colbert's video, and you'll. I think he nailed it. Like.
Yeah.
Did you have something to add? I saw.
Comments when you're done with
What are the comments?
Well, when you're done with your part, we'll
It's basically the backlash for context for people who don't know what we're talking about. People were thinking
the hilt thing.
The lightsaber comes out and then two things come out the side, and they're like, "That's going to cut off your hand," or they're gonna cut down and they'll cut off that piece of lightsaber and then cut off your hand. Because in Star Wars, people's hands go wherever they want to go.
It's true.
If they get cut off and fly across.
Well, maybe they're just setting up a plot device.
Maybe, yeah.
Luke's son loses his hand.
Everyone in the Skywalker family loses a hand
At least.
some point. Yeah, at least a hand. Sometimes they lose most of them.
Or skin, or nothing too bad. But
they come back.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what were you saying?
So Colbert's point is that there's one beam that gets split off to the sides, so that even if they cut through the metal, they still hit the beam.
Which, from a power standpoint, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I just don't understand other than the protection thing, the benefit of having the two things of like, sword, and then to just go boop, and then cut somebody. Like, I don't.
I was wondering if it was a handguard or something.
Yeah.
Like, so as they're like pushing against the swords against each other and one slides down, it hits that and stops, as opposed to going and cutting off your hand. So maybe the very thing that people think it's going to do, it's protecting from. I have no clue.
Yeah. Again, I need to see it in the I think my overarching fear is the trailer looks a lot like a video game to me, and not
really
not like a film. Yeah.
I didn't even think so.
The recent like Star Wars MMO games, Old Republic. It looks more like that than the interesting camera.
I think the problem is, and this is the problem with the Jurassic World trailer too, is we've gotten to a point where we can't tell the difference between what's real and what's digitized now.
Simulacra
and
is the term for
is
that.
That's what it's called?
That's exactly what it is.
And so in the Jurassic World trailer, I know one of the big things people were complaining about was the Jurassic World sign or gate as you're going through it on the monorail. And they're like, oh, that looks so fake. I hate how that looks. And it turns out the thing's real. And that was the thing people were complaining about being digital. And I kind of wonder if the same is happening with Star Wars, where people are complaining about everything being so digital, but we've just gotten so accustomed to it being digital that we don't even realize when it's not. And it's just really high quality recording. I kind of think that's what it is.
Because also the move to HD, just like physical sets look so fake now.
Yeah, and I kind of
think fake. They're just not digital.
So. Right. I think a lot of that was tangible, and there's some digital in it, but I thought it actually looked a lot better than episodes 1, 2, and 3 by far.
Yes.
And I was so relieved that it looked more like the original trilogy versus the prequels that I was really pleased. And if you've watched the George Lucas version of the trailer that's going around the net, it's good for a laugh. But I think it hit on something that they did really well with this trailer is when you see the Millennium Falcon fighting its way through whatever, there's only a couple TIE fighters as opposed to a zillion of them.
Yeah.
And it really felt more correct. And I think they've been doing the same thing with Star Wars Rebels and some other things too, where they've been slowing things down instead of having it absolutely insane and over the top.
I saw in the George Lucas trailer when I found it was it's so dense, and that's really the word that describes it the best.
Well, even
there's
think
just so
on
much stuff going on.
If you go on Star Tours and you go on one of the prequel missions versus one of the original series missions, it's immediately
Boba
dense.
Fett is just one ship floating out there.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. And then the other one where you're in the battle scene where it's just like stuff everywhere. You can't keep up with everything that's going on, but you go to the original series stuff and it's fantastic. So I'm looking forward to this movie. It's a whole year away still.
Oh, I'm
It's
still
going to be,
going
of course you are. We have to
opening
go.
night.
Absolutely.
So.
But I think it's going to be fantastic. And we'd love to hear what you think about the, tell us everything you think about it. Anybody notice the Millennium Falcon has a new radar dish?
Yeah,
Yes.
because the old one got.
Yeah, because I just like that little detail. I thought it was fantastic.
So
I also
there-
noticed how clean the Millennium Falcon looked.
Oh, of course. They all have kids now,
Oh,
so they can clean the Millennium Falcon all day.
so
Go out there and
Mama,
clean the ship.
so Mrs. Solo went out and cleaned
No,
it,
the
or
kids. The kids.
oh,
are
the
cleaning
kids.
ship.
Oh, it's like washing the car.
Yeah.
I get it.
Some
Okay,
kids don't do
um,
that. What were there comments that we were gonna?
Oh yeah, you wanted
or
comments.
address?
Bomb on through 'em quick.
Jason is awesome, says on every channel, supports us out. Caitlin is indifferent. Mikey really like thinks it's a fantastic teaser. Those X-Wings skimming in the water is beautiful.
Oh, I like that part too, Mikey.
It looks really nice.
The X-wings
Jason-
were fantastic.
Jason said it was a teaser, so I hope it's not as bad as it looked. So,
Jason didn't like it, huh?
Mikey really liked it. He loves the new lightsaber. Amanda says that lightsaber though.
I love comments.
And Mikey goes, "It's a broad sell. I think it adds to the fantasy of Star Wars." And
One other thing I really liked about it too was that it focused mainly on the new characters, and there was that little bit of a tease from the past with Millennium Falcon. And I really liked that they didn't go straight to Han Solo and Luke and Leia and all the traditional people. And so they're really gonna. I think they've got the right idea on the marketing plan for this. So we got a year of torture ahead of us, if I had to make a guess.
Yeah, just about.
Moving to Florida, the Great Movie Ride.
Yes.
Have you ever been on that?
I have. I love
Okay,
the Great
good.
Movie Ride.
It's gonna get even better.
It's like
In theory.
Jungle Cruise with drama.
Yeah. So it's getting a makeover, kind of. It's getting a new introduction video, and then it's also getting a new closing video when you go through that one room with all the screens and stuff.
Because it's partnering with Turner Classic Movies.
Turner Classic Movies, and it's Robert. Do you remember his name?
I don't remember his name.
He's the host on TCM
Oh.
on their movies.
Oh, my
That
God, I
old-
watch
that
this
old
all the
guy.
time, yes.
Yeah, he's great. I actually really like him. Anyway, he's gonna be hosting it, and it'll be fantastic.
Robert Osborne.
Robert Osborne. I
There
at
we
least got
go.
his first name right.
Also
Um,
related to those British guys that we were talking about.
Yeah. I think that was
And
before
Donnie
we were
and Lorraine.
streaming, but that's okay.
No, I know. That's for us.
I would like to see even more makeover happen. Like they've basically said they're adding a video and upgrading a few things. I would like to see the
Animatronics.
entire thing get upgraded. Like I would like to see a Alice in Wonderland scale
Come here, we're going to do a bank heist.
renovation go for wouldn't you, Roger? Like
Yeah.
you're a Walt Disney World guy. You love going over there. So that's what I'd love to see happening. But we'll see.
And is that just whole park going to get a fresh thing?
Coat of
Like
paint. Yeah, they're
Maelstrom
gonna paint the whole
and-
thing.
Yeah.
And-
Movie Ride. Oh, they're renovating all the M rides.
Maelstrom's in a different park.
I know, but it's the same state.
Okay, yeah.
I love it all together.
But speaking of Maelstrom, it's getting its Frozen attraction,
Yeah.
and they just put a thing out about that. And now Idina Menzel basically confirmed that they're working on a Frozen sequel.
I don't know that she confirmed it. I looked at her quote, and it was someone asked her like, "Is there a sequel? Is there a musical?" And she just kind of said, "They're all in the works." And it sounded like a, "Please stop asking me these questions."
Yeah, they're working on it. You
Someone's
know
talking
something's
about
going to
it.
happen.
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't matter. There's more Frozen on the way.
There
If
has
they
to
made a sequel, what should it be?
I think that just the tagline would say, first they let it go, now they have to get it back.
Yeah, I agree.
Frozen back.
And what does that mean?
I don't know. It's gonna be something like, now it's Anna
Somebody
and
has a
Elsa
kid or-
working together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elsa's kid wants to be a mermaid again instead of human or something.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
I thought
take
that
once
was
upon a
the plot
time and
of
make
their-
it a movie.
Their kids fall in love with the other family's kids, but it's a forbidden love. And
And it turns out one's a troll.
yeah.
Yeah.
The trolls and the reindeer fall in love. No, I don't want to go there.
No, what do you think? Like, what would be an idea? Like, I don't really know what you would do with the Frozen sequel. Like, I almost feel like it has to be a journey where they're leaving Arendelle and they're going to Norway, and
Yeah. Was in Norway.
it's in
Land of
Arendelle.
Gnomes and trolls. What?
Was it?
But if they made that connection, then they could legitimately say this is a Norwegian attraction, or maybe it's how Norway takes over Arendelle.
Once Upon a Time this season is basically Frozen the sequel, so just make that the movie and you're good.
You really want to make
don't.
Once Upon a Time?
No,
Like, this is how you get in
No.
trouble on this
I
show.
don't want it like that. But it's already written, so go for it.
You
Do
okay?
you want bad Disney sequels? Because this is how you get bad Disney sequels.
Okay, New Management.
Almost every Disney sequel is a bad Disney sequel.
Fox and the Hound 2.
Toy
I
Story.
didn't
hold
even
on.
know they made
Toy Story's
that.
Pixar.
Disney.
Is there a Disney sequel that's really fantastic
I
though?
don't think
Like
so.
in the
Lion King
Disney,
Lion King
wasn't
1.5.
awful. Lion King 1.5 was good.
but it's not that great. It's not a classic. Is there really like
Yes, Rescuers Down Under.
I Rescuer
Yeah,
Down? I would give you that one,
Had to
but
go
it didn't do
through.
that well, and it's
It
not
didn't.
that well known.
No,
So I wouldn't-
Summer Strike Back.
I wouldn't put it into the category of like Toy Story 2 or 3.
Elsa discovers her magic powers.
You mean
I
Anna?
mean, Anna.
Yes, Anna. I watched Frozen daily.
What about Kristoff? Maybe he has magic powers
What?
because that,
Dude?
would really throw
And
a
then-
wrench in
and then
things.
They all become superheroes and they fight for justice.
Big Hero Frozen.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Amanda Alva says, not a Frozen fan, but I'm all for a story about Olaf.
What if Elsa meets Captain America?
Or Captain EO.
Right.
They did that. It was called Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, that's where I was getting it from. But thank you. Yeah, I wanted to tease Caitlin a little bit too. What did
You'll-
Mikey
you'll
really
get that
like you
reaction
just
in
say?
4 minutes.
What?
Of course she smiled.
Silent.
Oh, she's
She
silent?
hasn't heard it yet.
Okay.
Give her 3 or 4 minutes.
Well, yeah, she'll get caught up. It'll be fine. Yeah, so I really don't know what they do with the Frozen sequel. Frozen musical actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's written
Sad
as
Illness
that way.
won't be in it, but like Josh Gad came from Broadway, Eddie
Mhm.
Denzel came from Broadway.
The whole crew, really. Yeah, there's a lot of
the
Broadway.
songwriters came from Broadway. Yeah, so I mean, it definitely has the project has legs. They say.
Well, and they're working on it, but
That's
it'll.
a term. The idea has legs.
So, we are running out of time, but we're not going to end quite yet because we have one more thing to do. You may have noticed we have this fantastic Christmas light set.
What are you doing?
We already talked about this.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm adding something. I'm
Why are you
allowed
adding something?
because I'm Mr. Daps.
Okay.
So we have this awesome set with Christmas lights, but no Christmas tree.
We don't have a Christmas.
So we would like ideas because we had a 7-foot Christmas tree we used last year, but it didn't fit.
Yeah.
And so we tried. it
We can
wasn't
only- yeah.
it wasn't happening. And so what we want to do is come up with an idea or a way to make a geek Christmas tree that
So-
we can put right here.
So we're accepting a hey, here's something you could do. We're also accepting hey, here's something I could do for you, and bring it down and help you create
Like
it. So
Annie,
have-
if you could make a
if there's
a
someone who
Groot?
is sculpting, yes, we want a Christmas Groot.
Christmas
Would be
Groot
one.
like yay tall
Yeah, like,
that we could wrap Christmas lights on and put a star on top of, and in a really cool world there'd be a
sculpt him
button
holding
on
a
my
star himself.
there'd be a button on my iPad so I could randomly push it and it would say I am Groot. Like that would be.
Merry.
But we want ideas for a geek Christmas tree. What you think it should be in lieu of a real Christmas tree? Because
Lou the
it's just
Christmas
not
tree.
it's not going to fit. And we have Christmas lights. We just don't have a tree, so they ended up all over the place. I don't know. Are there any other comments that we're missing out on that are?
Nothing.
There's nothing.
Frozen stuff, but we're past that.
Oh, it's Frozen stuff. Okay, we'll keep on freezing. It'll be fantastic. What?
Oh, he said the way he said nothing reminded me of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the prospector. Yahoo!
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great Christmas show.
Butler says Dalek Tree.
Dollar Tree.
Dalek Tree.
I don't watch the show.
Somebody
yeah.
doesn't watch Doctor Who.
Neither do you.
Yeah, I do.
At least you didn't.
I didn't used to, but then I've been watching the last 2 years. I'm in the middle of I'm in the middle of Matt Smith.
Okay.
So how much further do I have to go?
Matt Smith was only 3 years.
Ah!
So I'm almost done with Matt Smith
Yeah,
then.
so you're almost done with Matt Smith, and then
She
you'll-
started out done with Matt Smith.
And now
I
then where
wasn't a
then
big
where do I
Matt
have to
Smith
go?
fan, but then
David
Peter Capaldi.
I like David Tennant better.
David Tennant's my favorite.
Yeah, he was fun. And then
Like
yeah, so I'm really not that far behind.
I haven't seen any of his
Yeah.
stuff just because my first episode got deleted, and I won't watch it unless I can watch all of them in order.
Can't delete the episodes.
I
That's
didn't
horrible.
do it on purpose.
Anyway, we are running out of time. It is 10 o'clock p.m. here, or whatever time it is as you're watching us.
If it's
Please-
later than 10 p.m., thank you so much.
Please
for
send in your
patience.
ideas for a geek Christmas tree. What is that?
Geek Christmas tree. Geek Christmas tree.
Also, if you have ideas for a Christmas episode, that's a few weeks away, and we're still collecting ideas for that.
We have some plans.
We've got
That we
nothing.
totally
What are you
have.
talking about? Anyway, we're running out of time, so we will see you around the corner.
Geek out.
Do I hit stop now? or-
You hit stop.